It's finals time, everybody. Looking forward for this one here. Alex Spellman, Leonard Gates, you've been asking for it. We're ready to deliver on some great darts here. Just had the ladies on the stream, Allie versus Sandy, which was a hard-fought battle. Did go Sandy Haas's way. Now it's on for the boys. They were kindly waiting to let the ladies get some screen time on and try to get good balance in here, which I love to see. But these guys were chomping at the bit to get going on the board. You can see them in the background during that match warming up in the background. Alex hitting the cover shot here on the 19s. Mark in the chat making a great point here. Going into the men's finals, Alex Spellman and Leonard Gates are both 19-0 in this event. They have not dropped a leg yet. Of course, we did see Alex Spellman play against Leonard Gates we're seeing that now. Let me try that again. We did see Alex Spellman play John Beard earlier on the live stream. And that was a match where John Beard, up until that last leg, was into the low 90s, high 80s, and just couldn't get that leg off Spellman. He was just too impeccable in his form. Leonard Gates played a tough game, and where Joe Chaney really only had one shot in a leg there. So some exciting stuff from both these gentlemen. The question is, who wants it more? It's a first to 6 legs in this men's final. The format does change at the semis and finals position, so we're in for the long haul on what's to be some great darts here. One, 4, 3 will be the look here for Spellman. Going down to the 19th to try to tee up his shot. Debating where he wants to go on this last start. 77 scored so far. Does go over to the trip 14 there. But Gates not going to be able to take the 1-4-2. It's still any man's game. What will happen here? Both these guys hanging near each other in average and ability. Double 10 for Spellman. And does collect hold a throw to start things off in this final. $100 there to get things going, setting the pace off just fine. You expect both these guys to be hanging at around that 90 average. Spellman has really been in the mid-90s for most of the day and most of the weekend at that point. Leonard Gates has been continually rising on his game after a slow start to the weekend. And you can tell he's definitely back and firing on all cylinders now. Unfortunate dart there as he points to the ground. 80 on the score there for LG. Trouble 20 there. Wanted to follow it in to leave the 1-4-1, but still get himself out in front here in this leg. These guys are going to be trying to just defend their throw actively and looking for an opportunity when they can to get the other guy on their throw. And so far, Leonard Gates is looking like he's in good shape to hold his throw in this leg. Alex Spellman does find a big shot in there, finding the 96. And we got a live one. Does go down on the cover shot there. Alex not going to be happy with that turn. 6 clear at 82. Gates, bullseye for double 16. Does get it into. What a fashionable shot from a fashionable man. Getting it done there, making it 1 apiece. Guys, let us know who you're cheering for, who you got in this final. We want to hear it.
Ladies, top 8 match on board number 5. Debbie and Sandy, you are up, board 5.
little bit of an off turn there from Gates. Someone's going to be chomping at the bit to capitalize. This is probably the lowest average we've seen him today. Peppering all over the wire there. Not able to hit. Both these guys are just kind of looking for that ground. I mean, if you look at the career of Alex Spellman, right? I mean, he's in the last couple of years, he's really been that guy in North America. He's him and Leonard Gates on two different avenues of the steel tip side of the game. And Alex, funnily enough, I was talking with him about it, and he was like, honestly, I wasn't expecting to be a pro darts player this long. When I was leaving Epic and everything and trying to get back into playing, I thought I would just do it for a little bit, a month or two, and then it just kept working out, he said, and now he's still on the grind, on the prowl. And, of course, Leonard Gates, I mean, he's been at the top of the North American game for the better part of at least the last 10 years, if not 20. I mean, he's someone that, at least growing up, I looked forward to watching and playing against as well occasionally. Leonard Gates there does find a 121, but not enough to leave himself a finish. Spellman, 6 darts for 149. Treble 19. He's going to go back up here. So let's see how much pressure Gates puts on this. It's going to have a fair amount. Does leave himself on a 2-dart finish. 12 for tops, 20 for double 16. Tops it is. That flight is being so dramatic. Blocking that double perfectly, but does get it there. Hold to throw across the board with Leonard Gates to start off in leg number 4 here. Spellman finds the first one in the bed. But doesn't find the other two in there, so both these guys basically chalk after 3. You can see both these guys just very serious at the board. They have their laugh here and there, but for the most part, they're just staying concentrated. They are here to work. And that's one of those things when you see, especially with these two certified professionals in darts, moving all the way over to stay in the 20s, does load it up there with a 180, first one of the final. Someone does decide to stay on there trying to get that 20 one more time. Finding the 95 there. Gates going to have to tee up from 162. Spellman is the first one on it out here. But boy, oh boy, Leonard put a lot of heat on that one. 1-2-3 in response. 167 has to go now. Down to the 19s. Not going to get a chance for it. And what a beautiful setup that is as well. Oh, my goodness. 139 there to tee up the 28. Gates gets 2 darts at double 16. Gets it in 1. 2-2. And you can see these guys back to the standard. Spellman was only dipping into that 70s for a brief moment. Both these guys maintaining that 90s standard. Finding a 140 there for Alex Spellman to get things going. The thing is, and while these guys will never account for this in their game, sometimes when they're playing, especially some of these earlier bracket matches and some of the more local players, the name value carries a lot of weight and what can cause matches to go one way or another. With these guys going against each other here, they know that they have to be fully locked in. And that's why you're probably going to see your best darts out of them from the entire tournament in the finals like this and scenarios like this. Yeah, and these guys are going on all cylinders right now. Alex going to be the first one on and out. How good will it be? 17s. No, he does use the bullseye there. is on a finish, though, and a good combination finish at that. Gates not being able to leave one himself. So far, things are set to go. Hold of throw after hold of throw. Neither man showing a sign of weakness here, which is what you expect out of a final, right? I mean, that is the implication of being the two best guys in the bracket, or at least those winningness guys, not dropping a leg up until this point. Now they haven't been able to break the other guy's throw. Gates leaves himself on a finish, but 3 clear for double 8. Spellman does it in 2. And that 14 dart standard here. And that's kind of what you expect from Spellman. He wants to keep it under that 15 dart range. If he can stay between that 12 to 15, that's the ideal spot to be in. Of course, we all want to see it done in 9 darts. That's always the best. Alex Spellman did hit a 9 darter at the Cross Border Challenge, and what was truly an electric moment in North American darts. I just feel like with the atmosphere over there, it was truly something special. Got to see that on the CDC broadcast following him there. .97 for Gates. Does help close the distance, but Alex Spellman could potentially be attacking this throw. Another one of those trebles really does help. And it sounds silly to say, but it does make a big difference there. Especially, again, trying to break someone's throw that can throw in the 90s just like you can. I don't even know if I can count to 93, let alone throw it in a final. Looking down. Does find it on the 137. To leave 170. Big stuff there from Spellman. Okay, trying to get himself composed at 179 here. Probably going to switch to the 19s to make sure that he does leave himself on a finish. You don't want to go haywire into a 5 or a 1 here. Taking that extra moment here. Did go down to the 19s to leave at 160. 170 might have to go. It will not. .96 puts a little bit of pressure here. 160 is the look. First one's in. Not going to get a look here, though. Does find the 100 to leave himself on 60, and it has it teed up. Double 16. Does go in 2 darts, and that's the first break and throw in this final, and is one of those questionable moments where you're like, is this where it starts to spiral, or will Leonard Gates bounce back? Depends on what Alex does with his throw here, and depends on what Leonard Gates wills into the world. Alex Spellman willing in a 180 to go 140. I tried to do one of those fancy pre-calls all those commentators are doing. Oh, no. Gates only with a 45. You can see that first dart dead center again from Spellman. He's definitely locked back in. At one point in this match, his average dipped in leg 2 down to a 77. He's raised it up over 20 points since then. Gates maintaining that 90 standard. This is about where we kind of expected them to be. But Alex Spellman just been in incredible form all weekend long. Oh my goodness. That time he does find a 140 there to leave 90. Gates way back at 361. I only say way back just because of the scenario of this. The heater that Alex Spellman currently is on is something incredulous. Double 18. Does go in 2 darts. And that's the other difference. His scoring power is pretty good. I would say very good even. But his finishing has been lethal. On match point, a 2-2 match, now 5-2. 3 on the spin there for Spellman. Leonard Gates not going to go quietly into the night here. In fact, still very much has a chance in this one. We don't want to cast him out. Anytime Leonard Gates has been casted out too early, he's made someone regret it. And he would love to do that here. But Alex Spellman knows better than to take it easy and let his shoulders down just because he's on match point. Both these guys are just going to have to keep playing incredible and hope that the other one breaks first. Another 140 from Gata. And that time, not squandered. 180 there for the Jackal. There gets teed up at 1-2-1. Spellman will have to chase on the coattails here. Does recover on that last start there. Needed to find that treble to give himself a chance if the 1-2-1 doesn't go. 61 remaining. Bullseye. Leonard Gates does not quite get it, but that was a good look at it indeed. 139 now. Was going for the bullseye double 16 there. Trying to regroup and decide where he wants to go with this last start. How well will he leave himself? Pretty well, in fact, with the treble 16. Nine for double 8. And it does go there for Gates. Getting a leg on the board, putting a stop to the bleed here in this one. Now 5-3, but now he has to break the throw of Spellman and hold his own. Holding his own is one thing, but breaking a man throw on a 102, that's another. First start kind of kicked up for him. He has to get over it. 60 there. Losing ground so far.
Ladies, top 8 match on board 14.
Good cover shot there from Leonard Gates, trying to make sure he keeps this tournament run alive. The indomitable Alex Spellman, though, currently looking pretty strong there. Not happy with that last start. I'm surprised he didn't go for the 19 on the last for the cover. Can Gates close the distance here? Not going to be able to. Alex Spellman in pole position to get this done here in a 6-3 fashion. But he has to still cross that finish line and hold the flag high after. Did stay to leave 97. 2-dart finish available. Gates has to leave himself a finish. And Gates is not. So 6 darts for 97. Alex Spellman's hit plenty of 15 or less darters here. 94, treble 18. Leonard Gates, he doesn't know if this is going to be his last 3 darts of this event, but if it is, it does at least leave him a finish. Treble 17 for double 12. Gets it done with efficiency one more time, and you can see the respect between these gentlemen here in what was a very hard-fought final, and another great performance from Alex Spellman on the stream board there, getting his 3rd title of the weekend here at Cherry Bomb in Boca Raton, Florida. On the other hand there, Leonard Gates getting 2nd there. He's still at the board throwing a couple extra darts, but hey, he didn't even play bad. He actually played pretty dang good there.